Ladies and gentlemen, the journey to greatness does not begin with massive leaps, but with small, consistent steps. The secret to success is not locked behind grand gestures or overnight transformations. It is found in the power of habit. Every towering oak tree started as a seed. Every great empire was first a vision, and every success story began with daily disciplines that transformed an ordinary life into an extraordinary one. Today, I will share with you 10 small habits that, if practiced with unwavering faith and persistence, will change your life forever. Every great achievement starts with a single step. Every breakthrough begins with a single decision. And today I invite you to take that step to unlock your potential, seize new opportunities, and align yourself with success. But remember, success is built on action. So take action now, like this message, because a simple act of engagement fuels the fire of knowledge. Subscribe because those who surround themselves with wisdom rise above mediocrity. Hit the bell icon, because the right knowledge at the right time can change the course of your destiny. And share this with others, because success multiplies when we lift others up. You have the power to transform your life. The only question is, will you take the first step? Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It is the architect of your destiny, the master key to your success, and the foundation upon which your entire life is built. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, and every idea you entertain has the power to shape your reality, whether for better or worse. The great minds of history, the visionaries, the pioneers, and the leaders of every era have all understood one fundamental truth. What you consistently think about, you bring into existence. Consider this. Every invention, every groundbreaking discovery, every business empire, and every great achievement first existed as nothing more than a thought. The airplane was once just an idea in the minds of the Wright brothers. The electric light bulb was a mere vision before Thomas Edison brought it to life. The greatest skyscrapers, the most magnificent works of art, and the most successful businesses all started as intangible ideas before they became reality. Now, if thoughts have the power to create such wonders, imagine what they can do for your life. Imagine the wealth, the success, the happiness, and the fulfillment that could be yours if you harnessed the power of your thoughts in a deliberate and intentional way. Yet too often, people allow their minds to be filled with doubt, fear, and negativity. They entertain thoughts of lack, failure, and limitation, and then they wonder why their lives reflect those very things. Your external world is nothing more than a reflection of your internal state. If you constantly think of yourself as struggling, you will continue to struggle. If you tell yourself that success is out of reach, it will remain just beyond your grasp. But the moment you shift your mindset, when you choose to see yourself as a winner, as a creator of opportunities, as someone destined for greatness, your reality begins to change. The world bends to the will of a mind that is focused, determined, and unshakably positive. This is not just motivational talk. It is a universal principle that has shaped the lives of the most successful people throughout history. What you focus on expands. What you believe becomes your truth. What you visualize consistently manifests in your reality. The moment you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your destiny. So how do you shift your thinking to create the life you desire? You start with small but powerful habits that reprogram your mind for success. Begin each morning by speaking powerful affirmations over your life. Look in the mirror and declare, I am capable, I am strong, I am successful, I attract opportunities, I am destined for greatness. Say it with conviction, because the mind believes what it hears repeatedly. Write down your goals every single day, not as wishes, but as statements of fact. Don't write, I hope to be successful. Instead write, I am successful. I am achieving my dreams. I am creating a life of abundance. When you write your goals daily, you are embedding them into your subconscious mind. and the subconscious mind will always seek ways to turn those thoughts into reality. Eliminate negative self-talk. Catch yourself when you begin to doubt your abilities or when fear creeps in. Replace those limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Instead of thinking, "I can't do this," train yourself to think, "I am more than capable. I have everything I need to succeed." Surround yourself with positivity. The people you associate with, the books you read, the conversations you engage in. All of these things shape your thoughts. If you spend time with negative, uninspired individuals, their mindset will rub off on you. But if you immerse yourself in the energy of winners, in the wisdom of books that expand your mind, and in environments that inspire growth, your thoughts will begin to reflect that same energy. Most importantly, take action. A positive mindset without action is like a powerful engine without fuel. It has the potential to go far, but it will never move. When you align your thoughts with decisive action, you become an unstoppable force. The universe rewards those who think boldly, believe deeply, and act fearlessly. So remember this truth: your life is a direct reflection of your thoughts. If you want to change your life, start by changing the way you think. Think big, think boldly, think of yourself as powerful, capable, and unstoppable. And watch as the world transforms to match the vision you hold in your mind. The world does not reward wishful thinking. It does not hand success to those who simply dream, hope, or wait for the perfect moment. Success belongs to those who take action, who move forward despite fear, who push through uncertainty, and who refuse to stand still while life passes them by. Every great achievement in history was born from action. The greatest inventors, entrepreneurs, leaders, and pioneers did not wait for permission or for circumstances to be ideal. They stepped forward boldly, often in the face of overwhelming obstacles. They understood that the difference between success and failure is not intelligence, luck, or talent. It is the willingness to take action. Think of the stories of those who have changed the world. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. What if he had given up after the first few failures? What if he had hesitated, doubted himself, or told himself it wasn't worth the effort? The world would have remained in darkness. But he did not stop. He acted, adjusted, learned, and persisted until he achieved his goal. The same principle applies to every area of life. If you want to build a successful business, you cannot just sit around thinking about it. You must start, even if you don't have all the answers. If you want to improve your health, you cannot wait until the perfect time to exercise or eat right. You must begin now. If you want to develop a skill, write a book, or achieve any goal, you cannot simply think about it endlessly. You must take the first step, and then another and another, until momentum carries you forward. Yet, too many people remain paralyzed by overthinking. They tell themselves they need more preparation, more knowledge, or more time. They get caught in an endless cycle of planning and researching, mistaking these activities for progress. But planning without execution is just procrastination in disguise. The truth is, you will never feel completely ready. There will always be risks. There will always be uncertainty. The successful person is the one who moves forward despite these things. Taking action does not mean you must have everything figured out from the start. It does not mean you won't make mistakes. In fact, failure is part of the process. Every mistake teaches you something. Every setback is an opportunity to adjust and improve. The only real failure is inaction, because when you do nothing, you learn nothing, you gain nothing, and you remain exactly where you are. The greatest enemy of success is hesitation. Opportunities come and go quickly, and those who wait too long to seize them are left behind. The most successful people understand the power of immediacy. When they have an idea, they act on it. When they see an opportunity, they take it. They do not waste time in doubt or delay. If you want to build a habit of action, start small. Develop the mindset that no opportunity should be wasted. If you have an idea, act on it within 5 seconds before doubt creeps in. If you set a goal, take one step toward it today. No matter how small, do something, anything that moves you forward. Because when you take action consistently, momentum builds, confidence grows, and success becomes inevitable. Remember this: the world belongs to the bold. The rewards of life are not given to those who simply wish, hope, or wait. They are reserved for those who take action, who refuse to settle, and who dare to chase their dreams with relentless determination. Do not wait for the perfect time. The perfect time is now. Take action today and success will follow. Self-discipline is the foundation of success, the invisible force that separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. It is the ability to control your actions, master your impulses, and remain committed to your goals no matter how difficult the path becomes. Without discipline, even the most talented individuals fail. But with it, even those with average abilities can accomplish extraordinary things. Throughout history, the most successful people have been those who mastered self-discipline. They understood that talent alone is not enough, that intelligence without focus is wasted, and that ambition without action is meaningless. They knew that the path to success is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Self-discipline is what keeps you going when motivation fades. It is what separates those who dream from those who do. One of the most important aspects of self-discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Many people wait for the right mood, the right energy, or the right circumstances before taking action. They think, "I'll start when I feel motivated. I'll work hard when I'm inspired." But the truth is, motivation is fleeting. Some days you will feel driven, but on many others, you won't. The truly successful don't rely on fleeting emotions to guide their actions. They act because they have committed to doing so, regardless of how they feel in the moment. Discipline is waking up early even when your bed feels too comfortable. It is going to the gym even when you would rather stay on the couch. It is working on your goals even when distractions tempt you away. It is saying no to short-term pleasures that provide instant gratification but lead to long-term failure. It is the ability to control your thoughts, emotions, and habits in a way that moves you forward rather than holding you back. One of the greatest enemies of self-discipline is procrastination. We tell ourselves that we will start tomorrow, next week, or next year, but every time we delay, we weaken our ability to act. The longer we wait, the harder it becomes to start. That is why self-disciplined people develop the habit of immediate action. When they decide to do something, they do it now. They do not wait for the perfect moment because they understand that the perfect moment never comes. Another crucial aspect of self-discipline is controlling your environment. The people you surround yourself with, the habits you reinforce, and the distractions you allow into your life all shape your level of discipline. If you spend time with people who lack ambition, you will be influenced by their mindset. If your environment is filled with distraction, social media, television, endless entertainment, it will be difficult to stay focused. The most disciplined people take control of their surroundings. They remove temptations. They create routines that reinforce their goals. They structure their lives in a way that makes success inevitable. Self-discipline is also about mastering your habits. The small actions you take every day determine the course of your life. Good habits, waking up early, exercising, reading, working hard, will lead you to success. Bad habits, wasting time, making excuses, seeking constant entertainment will lead to failure. The key is to develop habits that align with your goals and commit to them daily, even when you don't feel like it. Many people believe that self-discipline is about deprivation, about forcing yourself to suffer. But in reality, self-discipline is freedom. It is the freedom to take control of your life, rather than being controlled by your emotions, impulses, or circumstances. It is the ability to create the future you desire, rather than being a victim of bad habits and poor decisions. The disciplined person does not live at the mercy of distractions, laziness, or procrastination. They live with intention, purpose, and power. If you want to master self-discipline, start small. Wake up at the same time every day, regardless of how you feel. Exercise daily, even if it's just for a few minutes. Set goals and work toward them consistently, even when progress seems slow. Say no to things that waste your time and energy. Hold yourself accountable. The more you practice self-discipline, the stronger it becomes, until it is no longer something you have to force. It becomes a part of who you are. Success does not belong to the most talented or the luckiest. It belongs to those who master the art of self-discipline. Those who take control of their time, their actions, and their habits will always rise above those who give in to distractions, excuses, and instant gratification. If you are willing to develop the discipline to stay committed to your goals, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. The environment you surround yourself with plays a powerful role in shaping your mindset, your habits, and ultimately your destiny. Just as a seed needs the right soil, sunlight, and water to grow into a strong tree, you need the right surroundings to develop into the best version of yourself. Your success, your mindset, and even your self-discipline are heavily influenced by the people, places, and influences you allow into your life. Look around you. Who are the people you spend the most time with? What kind of conversations are you engaging in daily? What kind of information are you consuming? Through books, social media, television, and the news? Are these influences empowering you, or are they holding you back? The truth is that you become a reflection of your environment. The energy, habits, and mindset of the people around you will inevitably rub off on you. If you surround yourself with ambitious, motivated individuals, you will be pushed to aim higher. If you surround yourself with negative, lazy, or uninspired people, their attitudes will pull you down like an anchor. Many people underestimate just how much their surroundings impact their success. They believe that their willpower alone is enough to overcome negative influences, but this is rarely the case. The most successful people in the world have all carefully curated their environment to support their growth. They deliberately choose to spend time with people who challenge and inspire them. They seek out mentors, read books that expand their thinking, and eliminate distractions that hinder their progress. Jim Rohn famously said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." If you spend time with 5 highly driven, intelligent, and successful individuals, you will naturally rise to their level. Their conversations will spark new ideas. Their work ethic will inspire you to push harder. Their mindset will influence your own thinking. But if you surround yourself with 5 people who constantly complain, make excuses, and lack ambition, you will find yourself adopting the same limiting beliefs. Your environment is not just about the people around you. It is also about the physical spaces you occupy. If your home or workspace is cluttered and disorganized, your mind will feel scattered and unfocused. If your surroundings are filled with distractions, television, social media, notifications, and noise, you will struggle to concentrate on meaningful work. The most productive individuals design their environment for focus and success. They remove distractions, keep their workspace clean and inspiring, and create a routine that allows them to operate at their highest potential. Even the content you consume daily plays a role in shaping your mindset. If you spend hours scrolling through negative news or watching mindless entertainment, you are feeding your mind with distractions and fear. But if you invest your time in reading powerful books, listening to motivational podcasts, and engaging in conversations that stimulate growth, you are programming your mind for success. What you feed your mind is just as important as what you feed your body. Changing your environment does not always mean cutting people off completely, but it does mean being selective about how you invest your time and energy. If someone in your life is constantly negative, you may need to limit your exposure to their influence. If you find that your daily routine is filled with distractions, you need to take steps to create a space that fosters focus and productivity. The key is to take control of your environment rather than allowing it to control you. Successful people are not successful by accident. They are intentional about the energy they surround themselves with. They actively seek out mentors who challenge them. They spend time with people who push them to grow, and they create environments that fuel their ambition. If you want to achieve greatness, you must do the same. Look at the most successful people in history: entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, and leaders. Every single one of them had an environment that supported their rise. They had mentors who guided them, they immersed themselves in a culture of excellence, and they built habits that reinforced their success. You have the power to do the same. If you want to change your life, start by changing your surroundings. Seek out people who inspire and challenge you. Declutter your space to create an environment that promotes focus and productivity. Feed your mind with knowledge that expands your thinking. When you surround yourself with success, you become successful. Your environment is shaping you every day. Make sure it is shaping you into the person you want to become. Consistency is the invisible force behind every great achievement. It is the quiet, steady discipline of showing up every day, putting in the work, and refusing to quit, no matter how slow the progress may seem. It is not talent alone that creates mastery, nor is it intelligence, luck, or even passion. Mastery belongs to those who are willing to commit to the process, to take small steps every day, to persist through obstacles, and to never lose sight of their goals. The greatest athletes, musicians, entrepreneurs, and leaders in history did not rise to greatness overnight. They became exceptional not because of a single grand effort, but because of years, often decades, of consistent practice, learning, and refinement. The difference between those who succeed and those who fall short is not necessarily skill or opportunity, it is persistence. Those who are willing to stay the course, even when motivation fades, even when results seem distant, are the ones who ultimately achieve greatness. Consider an Olympic athlete. They do not train only when they feel like it. They do not practice once a week and expect to stand on the podium. They train every single day, often for years, before they ever see the fruits of their labor. They push through fatigue, injury, and frustration because they know that mastery is built one repetition at a time. The same is true for anyone who seeks success in any field, whether it be business, personal development, health, or relationships. The human brain is wired for repetition. Every skill, from learning to walk as a child to becoming a world-class expert in any field, is built through consistent, deliberate practice. The more we repeat an action, the more deeply it becomes ingrained in our minds and bodies. Success is not the result of one extraordinary moment. It is the accumulation of thousands of small, seemingly insignificant actions performed consistently over time. Yet so many people struggle with consistency because they expect instant results. They start a new habit, and if they do not see immediate progress, they give up. They go to the gym for a week, and when they do not see dramatic changes, they stop. They start a business, and when they do not make money in the first few months, they quit. But mastery does not work that way. Every great success is built upon a foundation of relentless consistency. One of the biggest misconceptions about mastery is that it requires massive action. The truth is, it requires small actions repeated consistently. Writing 1 page a day leads to a book. Saving a small amount of money consistently leads to wealth. Exercising regularly, even in short sessions, leads to a strong and healthy body. The key is not intensity, but consistency. Think about the power of compound interest. If you invest a small amount of money consistently over time, it grows exponentially. The same principle applies to success in any area of life. When you put in the work daily, even if it feels insignificant at first, those efforts compound and lead to massive results over time. The problem is that most people fail to stick with something long enough to see the results. They start with excitement, but when progress is slow, they become discouraged. True mastery requires patience. It requires trust in the process. It requires faith that even when results are not immediately visible, growth is still happening beneath the surface. Consider a bamboo tree. After planting the seed, you must water and nurture it every single day, but for years nothing appears to be happening. There is no visible growth. Then, suddenly, in a matter of weeks, the bamboo tree explodes upward, growing several feet in a short time. But did it really grow overnight? No. It was developing its roots, strengthening its foundation, preparing itself for massive growth. The same is true for mastery. Your daily efforts may not seem to be making a difference, but beneath the surface, you are building the foundation for success. To build consistency, you must commit to the process, no matter how slow it seems. You must create habits that support your goals and stick to them relentlessly. The best way to do this is to set small daily targets. Instead of saying, "I want to read more," commit to reading just 10 pages a day. Instead of saying, "I want to get in shape," commit to working out for 20 minutes every day. The key is to build momentum. Once you create the habit of consistency, mastery becomes inevitable. Another critical part of consistency is learning to show up, even on the bad days. It is easy to work hard when you feel motivated, but true mastery is built on the days when you don't feel like it, when you are tired, uninspired, or discouraged. Champions do not let their feelings dictate their actions. They show up no matter what. Every great success story is a testament to consistency. It is about the musician who practices every day, the entrepreneur who builds their business brick by brick, the writer who commits to writing a little each day. They are not the most talented or the luckiest. They are simply the ones who refuse to quit. So, if you want to master anything in life, your craft, your health, your finances, or your personal growth, commit to consistency. Show up every day. Put in the work even when it feels insignificant. Trust the process, and over time you will build mastery and success will be yours. Greatness does not belong to the chosen few. It belongs to those who choose themselves. It belongs to those who build small but powerful habits that lead them towards wealth, happiness, and fulfillment. If you are willing to commit to these 10 small habits, I assure you, your life will never be the same again. Now, go forth and claim your destiny. Thank you.